Good day everyone, I am Chofilo Di Desagun and I'm going to discuss about the information technology and competitive advantage. So in this lesson, we are going to explain the effective use of information technology in business organizations. And we are going to summarize key concepts of an information systems strategy, and we are going to explain the concept of sustained competitive advantage. And also, we are going to describe how information systems strategy can play a part in achieving a sustained competitive advantage. So, if you remember, we already prepared a analysis, two case analysis as given to us by our professor. So, in that, we understand that about the four components of information systems. So later on, we are going to discuss about the information systems and the four components, and how information system really gives value to organizations as its edge to have the competitive advantage. So let's take a look on the first slide. Welcome again to our lesson, which is information technology and competitive advantage. So good morning everyone. Let me give you a quote. Technology, like art, is a soaring exercise of the human imagination, the great growling engine of change. So in this lesson, we are going to cover understanding information technology, what is competitive advantage, and the uses of information systems to create a strategic competitive advantage. First, let us define what information technology is. Here, information technology is the use of computers to store, retrieve, transmit, and manipulate data or information. IT is typically used within the context of business operations as opposed to personal or entertainment technologies. The term is commonly used as a synonym for computers and computer networks, but it also encompasses other information distribution technologies such as television and telephones. Several products or services within an economy are associated with information technology, including computer hardware, software, electronics, semiconductors, internet, telecom equipment, and e-commerce. It is the application of technology to solve business or organization problems on a broad scale. No matter the role, a member of an IT department works with others to solve technology problems, both big and small. So it means that IT is being utilized to solve business problems and how to maintain the business running smoothly and successfully. Now let us discuss about the three primary pillars of responsibility for an information technology. They are IT governance, IT operations, and hardware and infrastructure. IT governance refers to the combination of policies and processes that ensure IT systems are effectively run and in alignment with the organization's needs. So like in our company, our IT is aligned with the company objectives, with the company visions. While IT operations, this is a catch-all for the daily work of an IT department. This includes providing tech support, network maintenance, security testing, and device management duties. Again, one of the best example of these IT operations is our company, which is one of the biggest companies in the world, wherein our IT department has very good IT technical support, and they have regular maintenance for the IT, and we have cybersecurity awareness given to all the employees around the globe. And the third one is the hardware and infrastructure, which focus area refers to all the physical components of IT infrastructure. This pillar of IT includes the setup and maintenance of equipment like routers, servers, phone systems, and individual devices like laptops. So these are the physical components, basically. Also, we have to understand that information technology
able to automate and create processes for many of their daily tasks so that the business continues to run smoothly, as I have said a while ago. And to make your IT department ideal, it should align with the business goals and transparent in its processes in a way that the rest of the business can understand and provide input on. So another example or same example is our company, in which our company IT department, they always provide information about the IT's activities and what's new with our IT department. So we are kept aligned with the company vision on IT support. So let's take a look IT in business organization. Information technology drives innovation, and innovation is the path to business success. Innovation in business has the same impact that STEM had on the Industrial Revolution. In fact, it's hard to imagine any business that has not benefited from the digital revolution. Even something as hands-on as agriculture uses computers. Farmers use computers for production records, financial planning, research on technical issues, and procurement. Nowadays, the formula for business success is simple. Drive innovation with information technology. So, the first thing startups in any industry try to figure out is how to make smart IT recruiting choices. Without a backbone of information technology, a business is not going to go far. So it's like it is saying that don't put up a business without information technology, because later on we will discuss about the competitive advantage in which IT can bring to the business or in any business. Now let's take a look at how accelerated business growth is possible because of the technological revolution. The technical revolution has improved businesses this century in the following 5 primary ways. First, the information technology has given business the tools to solve complex problems. Information technology has improved marketing. Information technology has improved resource management. Information technology has improved customer support. And also, it allows businesses to make better decisions. So let's discuss them one by one in the next slides. The first one, information technology has given businesses the tools to solve problems. So what's in it? Improve hardware, more memory, faster processors, sharper visual displays, and etc. Combined with smarter applications like mind mapping software like XMind, collaborative software like Kanban boards, organizers like Google Calendar, etc., have made it easier to research data, analyze it, and plan scalability many tools available to solve complex problems. So as you can see, our Google, they have analytics. They are introducing bigger data to contain in their, if we are going to utilize their applications. Now let's discuss about how our information technology improved marketing. So let's take a look. Internet marketing using online advertising methods like SEO, PPC, Facebook ads, YouTube ads are far more accurate ways than traditional marketing of finding target audiences, discovering their needs, and building a marketing campaign to persuade them to buy. It's difficult to see how many people read a newspaper ad. It's easy to figure out how many people click on an online banner. One of the best example for this one is YouTube, because from there they are utilizing Google AdSense to provide the ads in which the creator, they earn money. At the same time, there is a wide engagement of the ads while people are utilizing YouTube, for example, and then the business can grow because of this advertisement. And when the creator is a celebrity, of course, definitely the people will share the content. and the ads will appear in all the people who view that same content. Now let's take a look how information technology improved the resource management. Cloud computing allows a company's employees to use any device anywhere in the world to access their enterprise-level software. It has significantly increased the efficiency of the HR management activities and processes through an effective and efficient employee communication and engagement, while the roles and skills of HR managers has expanded considerable over time due to their adoption and continuous upgrade of knowledge in the use of IT in the discharge of their primary functions. Now, let's take a look on the fourth way how the information technology improved the business. And let's discuss about the customer support. The improvement in customer support. Here, the customers can receive support from multiple channels, telephone, emails, social media platforms, webinars, and so on. Additionally, customer relationship management systems help businesses understand customer behavior. And lastly, information technology allows businesses to make better decisions. So it means from the data gathered from all the application, from all the platforms that they utilize through information technology, there is good decision in business, which are based on solid market research, which can be done through engaging teams, through video conferences, reviewing public sentiments on social media and industry forums, and also using online surveys to get customer feedback, which are also good tools like Microsoft CRM Dynamics and Google Analytics. So we are familiar with that. Therefore, utilizing information technology effectively, businesses can utilize information technology through the use of computer and different software to run their operations in a smoother fashion. They use it in different departments, including finance, manufacturing, human resources, and security. Also, businesses use information technology to develop effective methods in customer relationship management, in which IT plays a number of vital roles in organizations in improving communication, inventory management, decision-making, data management, as well as customer relationship management. So if you are working in big companies like GG Summit, Shell, and Petrorabig and Sabic, they are utilizing big databases like SAP, like Maximo, in which all the data from the finance, from the purchasing, from the operations and maintenance, you can see all it there, so that the engineers, the operation managers, all the employees in the plant, they can utilize them to give better solutions and better decisions to run the plant. Therefore, we can say information technology fosters innovation in business. Innovation results in smarter apps, improved data storage, faster processing, and wider information distribution. Innovation makes business run more efficiently, and innovation increases value, enhances quality, and boosts productivity. Now, let's discuss about information system strategy, in which we are familiar already with the two business cases analysis that we did as our assignment from our professor. I believe we understand about the four components of this information system. Information system is a formal socio-technical organizational system designed to collect, process, store, and distribute information. In a socio-technical perspective, information systems are composed by four components: the task, the people, the structure, and technology. Information system strategy is an essential feature in corporate and information technology world and provide them with better bargaining power. In a nutshell, it helps firms and companies to allocate, store, process data, move the data, and information they develop and receive. So basically, the information system is comprised of two subsystems. the technical subsystem, which is technology and process components, and the social subsystem, which are the people and structure components. The structure refers to relationship among the individuals in the people component, while the technology refers to hardware, software, and telecommunication systems, while process refers to the set of steps that are employed to carry out a specific business or organizational activity, and the people refers to all individuals who are directly involved with the system. We have to remember that the four components must work together in harmony for the system to perform optimally. So we already proved that with the two business case analysis that we did, that whenever there is no unison or unity between the four components, the goal or objective of the company will not be met. Now, let us discuss about how to create an effective information systems strategy to manage business information needs. The first one is understand what the business is trying to achieve. Second, understand what the information needs of the business are. Assess the status quo, review and consolidate, and define an enterprise architecture. In all the organizations like our company, there is always key drivers for us to ensure clear idea on financial targets achievement. Customer-centered initiatives are required to meet, understand internal perspectives, and learning growth. In this stage of the process, we are required to establish the context for the information system needs, and we have to provide the understanding for why certain information is required and ultimately the impact on the aims of the business if those needs are not adequately fulfilled. So, in short, in this stage, the company is envisioning. They are providing the vision for the business. The next is understanding what the information needs of the business are. In here, we identify and understand the main functional areas of the business and major business processes that are required for the business to operate. Through understanding the broad processes and functions within an organization, it helps to identify key stakeholders who have a vested interest in the information and enables further detailed discussions as to what the information is used for. So basically, we refer this stage to requirements. So the third one is to assess the status quo. Where are you now? Where the company is standing? It is an important part of the process to understand what is currently in place both from a systems perspective and a data perspective. It's crucial to gain an understanding of the current touch points between the different systems and between the data, whether those points are automated or manual, the key functions that are performed within the systems, and how the data is used. The aim of this part of the process is to produce a system map and a data map which shows the current picture, highlighting data information gaps, duplication, inefficiencies, and potential areas for inaccuracies. This stage, I can say that this is the standing. The company is standing. Now, let's take a look at the next stage, which is review and consolidate. Here, we are going to identify the areas to consolidate, to change, and to improve. Here, we are going to identify the areas where data is duplicated, data is missing, data is inconsistent, systems are not performing well, manual processing are in place, location of integration points with third parties. We are doing this to categorize the systems with regards to their main functions, identifying systems that should be kept within the overall architecture, the systems which need to be removed or placed or replaced, the systems which need to be changed, and the areas where the different systems should integrate. In short, we are looking for opportunities to improve in this area or in this stage. And finally, the last stage is to define an enterprise architecture. In here, bringing all that information together to define an overall conceptual enterprise architecture which identifies the core systems categorized by function, the mechanisms by which users will access the data in the systems. For example, through portals, productivity suites, web-based applications, and business-to-business interfaces, workflows to map the business processes, data orchestration to maintain data integrity, and business intelligence suites to provide management information and operational reporting. The ultimate aim is to provide a conceptual future vision for an information systems structure to support the requirements of the organization. Now, let's discuss about competitive advantage. A competitive advantage is an advantage over competitors gained by offering consumers greater value, either by means of lower prices or by providing greater benefits and service that justifies higher prices. In short, this is the company's edge over the other. It changes industry structure and in so doing alters the rules of competition. It creates competitive advantage by giving companies new ways to outperform their rivals. It spawns whole new businesses, often from within a company's existing operations. The main challenge for business strategy is to find a way of achieving a sustainable competitive advantage over the other competing products and firms in a market. So one of the best example is iPhone, which takes its competitive advantage over the other in the industry. Now, let's discuss about the generic strategies for us to get the competitive advantage. Here, we have the scope, which is narrow or broad, and the source of competitive advantage, referring to cost and differentiation. So, let's take a look on the next slide. In cost leadership, this strategy's objective is to become the lowest cost producer in the industry. The traditional method to achieve this objective is to produce on a large scale, which enables the business to exploit economies of scale. To be the lowest cost producer, a firm is likely to achieve or use several of the following: high levels of productivity, high capacity utilization, use of bargaining power to negotiate the lowest prices for production inputs, lean production methods, effective use of technology in the production process, access to the most effective distribution channels. Now, let's take a closer look at the next strategy, which is differentiation focus. In this strategy, a business aims to differentiate within just one or a small number of target market segments. The special customer needs of the segment mean that there are opportunities to provide products that are clearly different from competitors who may be targeting a broader group of customers. The important issue for any business adopting this strategy is to ensure that customers really do have different needs and wants. In other words, that there is a valid basis for differentiation and that the existing competitor products are not meeting those needs and wants. How about differentiation leadership? It is about charging a premium price that more than covers the additional production costs and about giving customers clear reasons to prefer the product over other, less differentiated products. There are several ways in which this can be achieved, though it is not easy and it requires substantial and sustained marketing investment. The methods include superior product quality, in which the features, benefits, durability, reliability are combined together. Branding, which refers to strong customer recognition and desire. Brand loyalty. Another one is industry-wide distribution across all major channels. The product or brand is an essential item to be stocked by retailers. And last, consistent promotional support, often dominated by advertising sponsorship. One of the best examples here is the iPhone. Now let's discuss about the last strategy, which is the cost focus. It is a generic business strategy that requires competing based on price to target a narrow market. Cost focus refers to organizations who seek to develop a lower cost advantage, but only within a small market segment. These products will generally be basic, vaguely similar to the average market. Leading products through more popular products can be charged at a higher price and will be acceptable to a sufficient number of customers in order to make a profit. An example would be budget food items or other household tools stocked only by small local supermarkets. Another would be a low-cost regional airline which focuses only on specific routes. These products are often referred to as Me Too's. Therefore, sustainable competitive advantages are company assets, attributes, or abilities that are difficult to duplicate or exceed and provide a superior or favorable long-term position over competitors. Sustainable competitive advantages are required for a company to thrive in today's global environment. Value investors search for companies that are bargains. In order to avoid purchasing a value trap, one of the factors we search for is sustainable competitive advantages. Without one or more sustainable competitive advantages, a company may not be able to recover from whatever caused the stock to become a bargain. We only want to buy the stocks of companies that are real value investments, not value traps. In other words, we want to buy stocks trading below their intrinsic value and will grow cash flow for shareholders. Now let's take a look about the types and examples of sustainable competitive advantages. And let's go and define them. The first one is strategic assets. Patents, trademarks, copyrights, domain names, and long-term contracts would be examples of strategic assets that provide sustainable competitive advantages. Companies with excellent research and development might have valuable strategic assets. Example, international business machines. And I can give example also our company, which has very competitive or competent strategic assets, as we have the very good research and development for our products. And we have information technology, and we have these policies and procedures that when we share our documents, we have the non-disclosure agreement for all the shared documents to other parties. Next one, adapting product line. A product that never changes is ripe for competition. A product line that can evolve allows for improved or complementary follow-up products that keeps customers coming back for the new and improved version. The best example is Apple or the iPhone, and possibly some accessories to go with it. Let's go to the next one, the low-cost provider or low pricing. Economies of scale and efficient operations can help a company keep competition out by being the low-cost provider. Being the low-cost provider can be a significant barrier to entry. In addition, low pricing done consistently can build brand loyalty, be a huge competitive advantage. The best example is the Walmart. The next competitive advantage type is the outstanding management or the people. There is always the intangible of astounding management. This is hard to quantify, but there are winners and losers. Winners seem to make the right decisions at the right time. Winners somehow motivate and get the most out of their employees, particularly when facing challenges. Management that has been successful for a number of years is a competitive advantage. One of the best example here is the company I have been working with, the three companies, the JG Summit, the Petrorabig, and Sabic. They are good at managing people. They provide education, training to each employees that gives the employees high morale and keep their spirits high because they are being challenged. How about a strong balance sheet or cash? Companies with low debt and or lacks of cash have the flexibility to make opportune investments and never have a problem with access to working capital, liquidity, or solvency. The best example here is the Nike. The balance sheet is the foundation of the company, of course. We should agree to that. Let's discuss about the product differentiation, which is a unique product or service builds customer loyalty and is less likely to lose market share to a competitor than an advantage based on cost. The quality, number of models, flexibility in ordering, example, customer orders, and customer service are all aspects that can positively differentiate a product or service. In barriers to entry, the cost advantages of an existing company over a new company is the most common barrier to entry. High investment cost, example the AT&T, and government regulations are common impediments to companies trying to enter new markets. High barriers to entry sometimes create monopolies or near monopolies. Example, utility companies like electricity, water, something like that. Market or pricing power. A company that has the ability to increase prices without losing market share is said to have pricing power. Companies that have pricing power are usually taking advantage of high barriers to entry or have earned the dominant position in their market. The powerful brands. It takes a large investment in time and money to build a brand. It takes a very little to destroy it. A good brand is invaluable because it causes customers to prefer the brand over competitors. Being the market leader and having a great corporate reputation can be part of a powerful brand and a competitive advantage. The best example is Coca-Cola. When you buy soft drinks, you say Coca-Cola, whereas you are buying Pepsi. Or sometimes you want to buy toothpaste and you're saying Colgate. I mean, you mean Happy or the other brand of Colgate or the other brand of toothpaste. You see, I'm being mistaken. That's because of the powerful brands. And finally, competitive advantage through information system. We can say that information systems can be used to achieve a strategic advantage at the industry level by working with other firms to develop industry-wide standards for exchanging information or business transactions electronically, which force all market participants to subscribe to similar standards. Such efforts increase efficiency, making product substitution less likely and perhaps raising entry costs. I just want to emphasize also how technology change the business, how technology affect the business. It changed every aspect of business in a big way, and this has never happened this fast before in history. To be more specific, here are a few ways in which information technology affected the business. The advent of mobile solutions, the phenomenon of cloud computing, increased customer segmentation, increased connectivity, decreasing costs and increasing utility, a changing consumer base, greater consideration for the social impact of business, the end of downtime. Also, it may be difficult to understand the importance of information technology to an organization if you are not an IT professional. However, there are numerous ways in which information technology is crucial to an organization for business, education, finance, health, and security. In order for us to utilize technology more efficiently, we have to use technology to integrate communication within our organization and let the employees be on the same page with each other, using such things as collaboration platforms and social media to keep everyone updated about what is going on in the business and where it is heading. That way, they will be in sync with the goals of the business and their productivity will be significantly improved. we can also use technology to improve the service we deliver to our customers by enabling them to give feedback on our products and services as well as suggestions on what we can improve. With improving security standards, we can also do away with passwords altogether and try biometric security systems which do not require to remember a dozen passwords at once. So when you have that competitive advantage or the edge in business, even if you are one, you can thrive, you can be at the top, and you can take them all. You got the weight, you got the power, you got the competitive advantage that you can bring to the top of your success. So
in the
for more
business.
information, you can go through the sources that I have utilized to provide this presentation. You can go to the links I provided in the sources. And thank you very much for listening, and I hope you get some knowledge about information technology and competitive advantage that we can use in our jobs. And I want to share with you my life tagline, which is to dream big, act big, succeed, and inspire. So I will wait for your comments and suggestions and questions so that I can answer through the comment section in the classroom. Thank you once again for listening. Bye-bye.